Hey everybody, it's Judah from Creepin' It Real. Let's talk Godzilla. But first, let's watch the trailer for Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. That's all we're gonna do.
For most of human civilization, we believed that life could only exist on the surface of our planet. What else were we wrong about?
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in?
This world has more secrets than we could possibly imagine.
Miracles I get. Still now and then.
What is that?
That's not Kong. What could have done this?
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Anybody who's interested has already watched that trailer, so there's no need to force you to watch it again. My first thoughts when watching this was, this looks like crap. Flat out garbage. And I am a Godzilla fan. I'm like, why are we doing a buddy cop movie with Godzilla and Kong? And the best they could come up with is, let's get a bigger, meaner monkey. I'm not into the pink glow on Godzilla. My God, this just... When I saw this trailer for the first time, my heart just sank. And I was just like, this is garbage. We are not moving Godzilla forward. We are regressing to stupidity. I can't even... We're just going to move past it. I felt like I needed to bring that up because this Friday, Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire comes out. I will not be seeing it. This will be the first Godzilla movie that I will not go see, even though I'm a huge fan. Honestly, when I saw this, the baby Kong, so stupid. When I saw the baby Kong right here, the first thing that popped in my head was baby Godzilla. And that looks like garbage. And this looks just as stupid. If you want to argue, that's fine. But in my opinion, this is just as dumb as this. I can't even deal with it. Let's just get into general Godzilla talk. For me, I'm pretty sure my first Godzilla movie was Godzilla versus Hedorah. And there's this part in the movie that always terrified me. Here we go. For some reason, as a kid, this just scared the crap out of me. It was when Hedorah was in his tadpole stage. I have a fear of water. I have a fear of sharks. And this guy being in the water and seeing this thing, it just terrified me. That thing scared the crap out of me as a kid. That was my first, I think, encounter with Godzilla, was Godzilla versus Hedorah. Then I think my next would be Godzilla 1984. And let's just discuss the different designs of Godzilla. I'm on the official Toho Godzilla website at the moment. So for me, my favorite design came between 1984 and 1995. Not particularly this one where he was going nuclear, but this down here, this right here is my Godzilla. I have a posable statue of Godzilla in this design. I really like it. It wasn't an expensive one. I bought it at Walmart or something for like 15 bucks, but it's sitting on my TV. I'm pretty happy with it. I have a few other Godzilla knickknacks. You can't see right now. Oh, wait, actually back here. I bought this the other week. It's a bank, but I like it. And I also got a Godzilla. You know those signs that like the deer crossing signs you see on the streets and so forth? I have a Godzilla sign like that that's hanging up behind my computer right here. So this Godzilla is my favorite design. I would have to say that after that, 1999 to 2004 would be my second favorite. I more so like the way he looks here and here. I don't really like that angle, and I'm not really into how much more pointy his dorsal fins are. And from here, I would probably go back to the original, the 54 to 75. His eyes are kind of googly, as you can see. His dorsal fins aren't as big, but it just has this classic look to him, which I can appreciate. So that would be my third. And then if I have to pick anything from, well, then I guess Godzilla -1. When I first saw the trailer for Godzilla -1, I thought he looked terrifying, and I thought they were actually going the route of horror. Let me stop a little bit right here on Godzilla -1. Probably one of the better Toho Godzillas. I still like, the 1984 version the best, but this one is pretty good, except for I wasn't a big fan of his arms. There was just something about his arms that I didn't like. The elbows were kind of annoying me, and also I wasn't a fan of the way when he shot his laser breath that his dorsal fins would act as like hammers. That to me seemed really stupid, and I didn't like it. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I did not like the beginning when you first saw Godzilla and he was a smaller Godzilla. I thought the CG work there was pretty shoddy, but I am glad. I think this won some kind of award, and I'm pretty happy about that because it was a decent movie. And I think it really is going to put this new Godzilla Kong movie to shame. As I told you before, I am not looking forward to that. If you're going to ask me as far as which Godzilla do I prefer as far as Toho versus Legendary, Toho, 100%. It's always going to be Toho. Now, what Godzilla I hate the most? Here, let's go. Ugh. Godzilla 1998 with Matthew Broderick. This movie was trash. I hated the design. This was not Godzilla. Now, I'm not going to lie. Back when it came out, I saw it in cinema 3 times because I loved Godzilla so much, and I wanted to help, propel this. I wanted people to put money into it. I wanted more Godzilla, except I kept tricking myself into it was like the whole prequels for Star Wars. I love Star Wars so much that I told myself the prequels were good, but then I finally had to just deal with it, that the prequels are garbage. Now, granted, they're better than anything Disney has put out, but they're still garbage. I fooled myself at the time that they were good, and now I can't do it anymore. They're garbage. The same thing with this Godzilla. Godzilla 1998 is trash. Despite seeing it 3 times in the cinema, it's no good. The fact that they didn't have him breathe laser breath or anything was so lame. They covered it up with some kind of, he had stinky breath, and it somehow caught fire by a spark. Garbage. Now, what I hate just as much, and a lot of people say that they like it, I don't get this, Shin Godzilla. When I heard about Shin Godzilla, I was so excited. I was thrilled. And I wasn't able to, I bought tickets to see it in the cinema, but then something came up and I had to miss it. And I gave the tickets to a friend of mine. But I finally got to see it when it came to DVD. And when I did, I was so disappointed. Like, the thing, there were so many things in it that I was like, this is garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Boring, boring, boring. Didn't like his design in any way. His jaw kind of dislodged and open. I was okay with that. When he, like, threw up all that smoke and lit it on fire, I was kind of like, this is weird, but okay. But the thing that really put me over the edge is when all the jets were coming for him and he turned into what I call Disco Ball Godzilla, as you can see in this photo right here. He like bends over and he like freaking shoots laser beams out all over the place, and they're like, woo. I've seen on people's list for horror movies that this is an underrated horror movie that needs to be in people's top 50. No, Shin Godzilla is garbage. The only thing that is worse than Shin Godzilla, and it's only because this came from Toho, is that Matthew Broderick 1998 Godzilla. It goes trash, 1988, Matthew Broderick, and then Shin. 2 of the worst Godzillas. But I think this new Empire one may be able to take the spot. I'm not going to go see it unless maybe when it comes on to Max for free, I might watch it. If that's where it'll show up, I'm not sure. I might watch it when it comes to Max, but I'm definitely not paying to see it. Blah. I would love to hear from you what you rate the Godzillas at. What's your favorite design? What's your favorite movie? Okay, when the first Legendary Godzilla came out, I went to see it, and I kind of had tempered hopes, only because of the 1998. I was pleasantly surprised. I felt that they were paying homage to the Toho Godzilla era movies beautifully. And then at the end, when Godzilla truly released his atomic breath, I was so thrilled. I was watching it with not Godzilla fans, but I stood up in the theater and I cheered because I was so thrilled. And then when Godzilla King of Monsters came out, again, the Legendary pictures, again, I felt that they paid great homage to the old Toho, especially with King Ghidorah, the way his head moved. I thought that was fun. Then at the end, they gave the teaser of the versus Kong, and I started getting really angsty inside because I'm not a Kong fan. And thinking that they were going to have Godzilla versus Kong, I was like, how are they going to do this? You got Kong fans, you got Godzilla fans. How are they going to let one win over the other? Now, if you watch the movie, Godzilla clearly wins. I mean, he destroys Kong, and the only reason Kong comes back is because some men intervene and use this giant, spaceship to do a defibrillator on him to get his heart back pumping again. And then King Kong takes off, and Godzilla's kind of like, that's right, bitch. But anyway, so I was glad that they had Godzilla come out on top in that one, but I still didn't think it was a great movie. And then again, when this new Empire trailer comes out, they got the baby Kong. And then when I see that they give him that, like, freaking Transformer arm King Kong, I was like, what are you doing? Garbage. I don't know where they can possibly go from here with these movies. It just keeps getting bigger and more absurd. I'm pretty much done with the Legendary picture Godzillas. I am thrilled to see whatever new that Toho puts out, as long as it's not in the vein of Shin Godzilla, which is crap. But I'd love to hear what you think, what your hopes are for the new Empire, whether you like it, where it looks like it's going, whether you don't, what your hopes are for Toho in the future, what you thought about Shin Godzilla. That might be a hot take on my side, saying that it's garbage. Love to hear it. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to you again later. Thanks a lot.